I told my mom that I am disgusted by and ashamed of my sister. It started when my sister Chloe came home crying because her boyfriend Jake dumped her. She's 25 and I'm 17, but she always acts like she's the victim in every situation. This time was different though. She kept saying Jake was horrible and cruel, but when I asked what happened, she got all shifty. She said he broke up with her out of nowhere and kicked her out of his apartment. But then she mentioned she still had keys to his place because she forgot to give them back. The next day, she left early in the morning and came back with this huge golden retriever. I recognized him immediately. It was Buster, Jake's dog. Jake loved that dog more than anything. When his grandpa died last year, Buster was the only thing that helped him through it. I asked Chloe why she had Buster, and she got this weird smile on her face. She said Jake didn't deserve to keep him since he broke her heart. Then she said something that made my stomach drop. She told me she was going to take Buster to the vet tomorrow to put him down as payback for what Jake did to her. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This dog was completely healthy and happy, just confused about being in a new place. Buster kept looking around for Jake and whining by the door. It was heartbreaking. I told Chloe she was being insane and she couldn't just kill someone's dog because she was upset. She laughed and said Jake should have thought about that before he decided to hurt her. Then she said if I told anyone, she'd make sure I regretted it. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Buster and how scared he must be. Around 2 a.m. I heard Chloe on the phone with someone, probably making the vet appointment. I knew I had to do something. The next morning, Chloe left for work and told Mom she was taking Buster for a walk later. Mom didn't know the whole story. Chloe just said Jake asked her to watch his dog for a few days. As soon as both of them were gone, I called Jake. He picked up on the first ring and sounded terrible. I told him Chloe had Buster and was planning to put him down today. He went completely silent for like 10 seconds, then started freaking out. He said he'd been looking everywhere for Buster and thought maybe he got out somehow. I told Jake to come over now while Chloe was at work. He was at our house in 15 minutes. When he saw Buster, he literally started crying. Buster went crazy with excitement, jumping all over him and licking his face. I opened the door and Jake carried his dog out to his car. Before he left, Jake told me what really happened with Chloe. She didn't just get dumped. She cheated on him with his best friend Marcus. When Jake found out, he broke up with her and told her to move out. She stole Buster on her way out and left Jake's spare key on the counter, so he thought she was being mature about the breakup. A few hours later, Chloe came home and went straight to look for Buster. When she couldn't find him, she started screaming my name. She found me in my room and absolutely lost it. She called me a traitor and said I had no right to interfere in her business. Then Mom came home and asked what all the yelling was about. Chloe told her I let some guy steal her dog. She made it sound like I just gave away her pet to a random stranger. Mom looked disappointed in me and asked why I would do something like that. That's when I completely snapped. I looked at both of them and said I was disgusted by and ashamed of Chloe. I told Mom the truth about everything. How Chloe cheated on Jake, stole his dog, and was planning to kill an innocent animal just for revenge. Mom's face went pale as I kept talking. I said Chloe was sick in the head, and I was embarrassed to be related to someone so cruel and heartless. I told her she was a pathetic person who couldn't handle consequences for her own actions. Chloe tried to interrupt and deny it, but I kept going. I said she was the kind of person who would hurt anything or anyone to make herself feel better, and that Jake was lucky to be free of her. I finished by saying I meant every single word, and I'd rather have no sister than have her. Mom just stood there staring at us. Chloe ran to her room crying and slammed the door. Mom asked if everything I said was true, and I told her yes. She sat down on the couch and put her head in her hands. Later that night, Jake texted me to say thank you and that Buster was safe at home. He also said he was thinking about pressing charges for theft, but decided against it because he just wanted to move on. Mom came to my room around midnight and said she talked to Chloe. Apparently, everything I said was true. Mom looked really hurt and said she didn't know Chloe was capable of something so cruel. She thanked me for doing the right thing, even though it was hard. Chloe hasn't spoken to me since. She moved back in with our dad across town and only comes by when I'm not home.